Hey, Captain Kelly here. Thanks for joining me in my classroom again today. This is a two-part series, so hopefully you've had the chance to watch part one of part two. Part one was coming onto tow. Part two is going to be coming off tow. So as I mentioned earlier in part one, this is a heavy communication situation, and it also does present a little bit of danger coming on and off tow. So in this part, I want to talk about what it's like actually coming off tow. So we could be approaching a harbor or approaching an anchorage where we're going to stop for a little bit of time, the night or the day. And this, again, I'll communicate with the crew as to when I want to actually start making that maneuver. Typically, I like to get ourselves into a turning basin or a little bit closer into an anchorage where the sea conditions aren't as rough. It doesn't always work, but I try to always make it so that my crew can make this maneuver a little bit safer and a little bit easier. So as we're coming into harbor, or again, we could be coming into an anchorage as well, I'll slow and I'll stop the vessel. I'll let my crew know that I'm ready to come onto tow. And we will have been on what I call long tow. And typically coming in, I'll want to go on short tow. So as we're coming in, I'll communicate with my crew, let them know that I'm ready to come off tow. We'll discuss whether we're going to come completely off tow or go onto this short tow. So let's say we're coming into an anchorage where I'm either going to drop anchor, I'm going to pick up a mooring ball. Typically what I like to do is I like to go on short tow so that I don't have so much of the vessel just dangling way off behind me. That would be the tender dangling way off behind me. So crew again will put their life jackets on, they'll go down to the swim platform, they'll let me know what they're doing, they'll let me know when they're down there. I'll stop the vessel, they'll start pulling the tow in. So this usually takes two individuals to pull the tow in, and then there'll be a third individual, which is my chase boat captain, that'll be getting on the tender to unhook and make that transition. So I like to bump the vessel into reverse just little by little to make it a little bit easier so they don't have to work so hard pulling the tow in. They'll pull the tow in, making sure that the tow line is on the swim platform and clear away from the water as to fall in and not get wrapped up in my props. And as they pull the tender in, they'll also have a rumming fender there just in case. And then my tow captain, or my chase boat captain, will make his maneuver getting onto the tender. Again, this is another tricky one, another one where you want to be safe so that he makes that transition safely from the swim platform to the tender. As he gets on the tender, then he'll make his preparations to get the vessel ready to maneuver, unlocking his engines, etc. And then after he's ready to go and secure, then we'll take him off of tow, we'll unclip him, and then which then allows me the ability to move the rest of the way into the harbor. If I'm going into a harbor, he'll run in ahead of me. If I'm going into an anchorage, he'll just hang back behind me. And then I'll make the rest of my maneuver, whether I'm anchoring or whether I'm docking. And then he can come alongside the vessel and tie up onto what we call the hip, or he can go ahead and pick up a slip as well and tie himself up as well. So that's coming off tow.